Hello, my name is Daniel Herrera, and let's do some HackerRank problems. This is the second video I'm making, and it's from day one, the second problem of week preparation kit. As usual, we are gonna get rid of this, and the problem is quite simple. It gives you a list of numbers, and then you have to grab the maximum sum of those numbers and the minimum sum of those numbers. So from this list of numbers, the maximum sum is when you do 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's 14, and the minimum sum is when you do 1, 2, 3, and 4, which then, and it should give you like a way of how to do the problem. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is go to here, and we're gonna make a sample input, because that's always an intelligent thing to do. And this is gonna be the input, and now we need a method that is we're gonna use the interact function, and this is the interact function. So it's a function that takes a function from a string to a string, and the initial string is a standard input, and the output string is this other string is standard output. So our solution is gonna be something of the type string to string, but we're not gonna start with this. We're gonna massage it until it gets that. So solution has a string as an input, and we'll say that the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna words the input, and that's gonna give us an array it's gonna give us an array of the input. Let's just test it, and let's reload, and then let's just say solution of input is just an array, and they're still strings. So if we can actually ask the compiler the type of this, and it's a list of strings. So we don't want a list of strings, we want a list of ints, and let's do that. So we can do a read, and we can map that into the previous array. This is the fmap operator. It's an infix operator instead of a prefix operator, and so it won't know currently because it doesn't know we want an int. That read could coerce to many types. So if we do solution of input, it still doesn't know it doesn't know what to do with it. But if we actually gave it we could give it a type, and if we specify this is a list of ints, then it will know. It doesn't matter that separation, but it will know. So if we do now that, it will know that this is an int. So it didn't know it was an int. It doesn't matter right now. We'll do our input so we'll use let, and we'll say that our input is this thing, and we can just tell it is a list of ints. It'll ask for something. We'll get mad. Oh, well, first we have to put in, and we can say undefined. So, and it doesn't like this, and the reason it doesn't like this, we need a pragma. Control C A gives us the pragma we needed. And so now it should compile. Reload it, everything is loaded correctly. Now the list of ints is good, but we can sort that. We can sort that and then do all of that. We can sort the read of all of that, and now it'll bring us sort is not in scope. And why was it in scope before? It was never in scope. So I remember it's import data.list, and we want sort from there. Now it knows where sorts come from. Then, so this is I is going to be a sorted list, and we want the first. So let's go back to the problem. So the first one is the minimum, and then we want the maximum. So if we do sum of I, that gives us the sum of everything. Well, we just want the sum we'll do the tail for the maximum, and we'll do the that should give us the maximum of the sum of the array. And now we need the minimum. What's the counter of tail? So if we know tail gives us init. So init gives us the first ones, which is the other one that we want. And so let's do that. Then we want the init. We want the sum of tail and the sum of init of I, and we want to show these two things. So we'll do show of this, and then show. This is not going to work, not as it is. But if we do the concatenation of those two, we can do that maybe, and then we can do this. Maybe put more parentheses around these things, and and it doesn't like I. Can you match I with that? So I, what's the sum of these things? Okay, does it not like it? Does it like this? It doesn't like any of this. How weird. Okay. Move braces to avoid the $sign. Let's see first what this shows, and we'll need a separation, so we'll need that, and this is good enough, I guess. So let's do let's reload that, and let's do solution of input, and the answer is 10.4, which is precisely what we want, and that works. So now let's just copy that. Let's copy it with this whole thing, and Let's paste it here. Then let's also copy the scope type variable pragma and put it here. And then we can say solution, or I mean, now this is actually from string to string. The solution. This is gonna be the input of our interact function that we like. So it's main. It's gonna be interact of solution, and we can run this code to see if it works. And it works. Now let's submit it to see if it works in all the cases, and it works for all the cases. Congratulations. So that's a simple Haskell program for you. Thank you very much.